joins us now. Confidence, very good morning to you, and thank you so much for joining us.
Good morning to you. Good morning to the listeners. Thank you so much for the opportunity, Sato.
Confidence, yes, you can hear me. How are you, Confidence?
I'm doing very, very well. I hope you're doing well too, and the listeners as well, Sato.
Yes, great stuff. So today we're talking about personal capacity.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. The title is Building Personal Capacity. When we speak about personal capacity, we're speaking about the load that a person is able to carry. Think of it in terms of cars. A truck has more loading capacity than a small van. It can take a heavy load and still be able to function well. And we're all built with unique gifts and capabilities. And sometimes what's heavy and difficult for one person isn't heavy or difficult for another. We don't all have the same capacity, but no matter where we are currently, no matter what we're doing, what level we are at the moment, the level of our production, there are things we can do to increase our capacity. And the kinds of loads also differ. There are work loads, financial loads, emotional loads, psychological loads, and so forth. So here are a few things we need to consider as we devise ways of building our personal capacity. Number one, calculate your capacity. The first step is to calculate your capacity. You have to assess and accurately determine your own capacity. This is true where financially, you calculate how much you can spend, save, and invest every month so that you don't overexert yourself. At work, calculate how much you can take on. What this allows you to do is to commit to a particular deliverable and deliver on it. There are so many people that haven't calculated their capacity and they keep saying yes to everything and they end up fatigued and worn out. Even with a truck, it has a limit to what it can carry. If it's designed to carry 2 tons, but it's loaded with 5 tons, it's going to break down. And many people are breaking down mentally, they're breaking down emotionally, and even physically because they haven't accurately calculated their capacity. So number one, calculate your capacity. Number two, communicate your capacity. Once you have calculated your capacity, communicate it. If it's in the work environment, communicate what you'll be able to deliver and by when. If it's in a social setting with your friends, communicate how much time you can give. If there's instances where finances are involved, whether with family, friends, and so forth, communicate what your capacity is. How much can you handle? Also, is what is being asked of you to do within your sphere of competence. What this helps you to do is also to manage expectations, because when I've communicated my capacity, then I've effectively communicated what you can expect from me. Sometimes we feel like people expect too much from us, and sometimes that's because we've communicated the wrong message about our capacity. We've made it seem like we're balling and we get surprised when people have these financial expectations of us. We've made it seem like we're able to complete major projects within a few days, and we get surprised when we're given multiple projects with unrealistic timelines. So number two, communicate your capacity. Number three, collaborate to enlarge your capacity. When you are traveling and you have a lot of luggage and it can't all fit in the boot, you hire a trailer to increase your capacity so that you're able to carry everything you need to carry. So increase your capacity by linking up with other people. Sometimes it's about linking up with mentors who can train you and help you to increase your capacity in that particular sphere. Sometimes it's about onboarding more people in your department. Sometimes it's about linking up with a course of study so that you grow your competence and build your capacity. So number three, collaborate to enlarge your capacity. Number four, consistently increase your load capacity. The person who is able to lift 50 kilograms at the gym didn't start out by lifting 50 kilograms. They had to work their way up. They had to build their capacity to a point where they can lift that much. And what it took for them to grow their capacity that much is their consistency. They started with 10 kg, then they went to 20, then 30, until they got to 50. And many people want to start going to gym today, and tomorrow they already want to be lifting 50 kg, and that's how a lot of people get hurt. So one of the ways to grow your capacity is by carrying your current responsibilities well, and then start adding a little bit more and more and more, and soon you'll be able to do much more than you originally thought you could. And building your personal capacity requires that you be consistent. The reason that person was able to go from 10 to 50 kg is because they are consistent. And even in our workspace, even in our personal space, we have to be consistent with what we are currently carrying and slowly add a little bit more. And soon we'll see ourselves carrying much more than we thought we could. And remember that increased capacity equals increased productivity. and increased productivity equals increased profitability. You'll be profitable not only economically but socially, and you'll be more valuable to your community, your organization, etc. In closing, we say that in building personal capacity, you have to, number one, calculate your capacity. Number two, communicate your capacity. Number three, collaborate to enlarge your capacity. And number four, consistently increase your load capacity, building personal capacity.
All right. Thank you so much. Thank you very much, Confidence, and thank you for the wisdom as usual. Thank you so much. We're with you next week, Monday.
100%. Thank you so much for the opportunity. I appreciate it.
Thank you very much. So that was our regular motivational speaker. His name is Confidence Salam, and today we're talking about personal capacity, being able to build your personal capacity in order to be able to do whatever it is that you need